My name is Kian Lam Ko, and I'm a private chef and also the author of redcook.net. But today I'm going to show you how to make pot stickers. You first have to start by making the dumpling dough, and you can find my recipes for the dumpling dough at idealchef.com. So next you have to make the filling, and first you start with about ½ pound of ground pork, and also you're going to add about a full cup or about 4 ounces, a full cup of chopped garlic chive. And don't worry, this is a lot, and this is exactly what you want to have it in there. And garlic chives, just wanted to show you what they look like, and this is what they look like. This is a Chinese chive that is very pungent and has a garlic taste to it. So mix all this in. Now that the pork and garlic chive is all mixed in, I also want to tell you a little bit of a tip. Make sure that when you cut up the garlic chive, cut off about ½ an inch or 3/4 of an inch of at the bottom of the chive. So discard that because that part is very fibrous and very tough, so you don't want to eat that. Okay, now we're going to put in some seasonings, and you want to put a little extra garlic, which is about 1 teaspoonful of garlic chopped up, and also we're going to put about ½ a teaspoonful of salt and 1/4 teaspoonful of the ground white pepper, and also we're going to put in about ½ a cup of finely chopped scallion, and you also want to add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Mix all this in. So now that the filling is mixed and ready, let's break up the dough that we made from the other recipe. Start by just kneading it just a little bit, just to give it a little roll. We'll portion it out and start rolling the dough. Now we're going to take the dumpling dough, which you can find a recipe on another video at idealchef.com, and we're going to roll and make it into dumplings. So first, take a portion of about 4 ounces and roll it into a long, thin strip. You want to roll it into a strip of about 3/4 of an inch thick. This is to make it easy to portion the individual wrapper. So cut off about pieces of about, I would say, maybe half an ounce each of the wrapper, and flour it generously. Okay. And the first thing that you want to do is to flatten out every single one of this dough. And once it's flattened, we're going to use this rolling pin to roll the dough. It is a special Chinese rolling pin. It's a very thin, very small, and it's really easy to handle. So take one of these flattened out dough, and what you're going to do is to push the rolling pin towards the dough, and with the other hand, you're going to pull it slightly so it will flatten out. And then as you flatten it, you turn the dough over a little bit and made it into a round wrapper. Now the idea is you wanted to roll it so that the outer edge of the dough is slightly thinner than the inside of the dough. Okay, so you want to roll it to about, I would say, 3 or 4 inches in diameter. Now I'm going to show you how to roll it on in a different angle. So again, take the rolling pin and roll it so that it rolls over the dough. And as you roll it, turn with your other hand, turn the dough around so you'll get a nice round dough at the end. These are the two finished pieces. Notice that the edges of the round doughs are actually slightly thinner than the middle of the dough. Okay, so I'm going to finish up all this dough to make it into all this round wrapper, and then we're going to start wrapping in a few minutes. Okay, now we're ready to actually make the dumplings. I've got the wrapper all ready and also the filling here. So take about, about 1 tablespoon of the filling, and you don't need to put any kind of moisture to seal it because it's a pretty wet dough. What you do is you start from the two ends of the dough and seal that top, and then a little pinch on one side of the dough here and pinch another little pinch over the other side. Now you can fold this extra dough out over, and that gives you the pleat that is classic crescent-shaped dumpling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the dumplings on this frying pan that has already been coated with about 1/8 of an inch of vegetable oil. I'm going to immediately arrange it on the pan so that we can pan fry it. When you fold the dumpling, take about 1 tablespoon of the filling, and starting from the two ends, seal it at the top, and then pinch one side of the dough and also the other side of the dough, and you have this extra dough, and you can start pleating it to seal the dumpling. And this is the classic crescent-shaped dumpling. And I'm going to just go ahead and put it on the pan and arrange it. I'm going to make more dumplings and finish up the arrangement on the frying pan, and then we're going to cook them. Well, as you see, I'm making a nice circular arrangement that will give us a beautiful presentation when we flip over at the end of the cooking. Okay, that finishes our circular design, and depending on the size of the pan, you can fit in probably about 20 of these dumplings, or if you have more, you can make it into a larger pan. Okay, now I'm ready to actually fry the pot stickers. So here's the ready-made pot stickers, and I've actually made about 24 of them. And for each recipe, that's probably about how many you're going to be able to make. But try not to crowd too much on the pan, and just enough so that you can comfortably fit them. Fry them in 2 batches if you have extras. I've put this down on a medium heat. And we're going to start by actually browning the bottom of the pot stickers just a little bit, just so that it has a slight brown. We're beginning to bubble, and you want to make sure that the bottom is brown slightly, and loosen up the dumplings as you go along. You don't want it to be completely brown. You just want to have a little slight crust at the bottom. Okay. So I think we're about ready. This, as you see, that this is easily moved in the pan, and the bottom should be just a little bit slightly brown, not too much. Now we're ready to actually steam the pot sticker. So pour enough water to cover about I would say about 1/4 inch deep, and cover the pan and let it steam. We'll cover and steam the pot stickers for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're just going to uncover it. So I guess we're now about ready. So as you noticed, all the water is about completely evaporated, and we also want to make sure that all the pot stickers are not stuck to the pan. You want to make sure that you cook this until all the water evaporated, so that the bottom does not get stuck on the pan. Make sure every one of these is not stuck, so that you can flip this over properly. Okay, so I think we're ready to flip this over, and I'm going to use a large plate and just cover the pan and flip this over. And arrange it in a nice round pattern. This is just a little bit dark, but if you fry them properly, they should be a nice light brown color, and you can garnish this with chopped scallion. And you can serve it with vinegar and ginger slices. Traditionally, the dumplings are served with black vinegar and shredded up ginger. So that's what it is. So that's how you make traditional pot stickers. And in fact, these dumplings, you can actually freeze them if you want, after you've made fold them and made them, and reuse them later on. I'm Kian Lam Ko, a private chef and author of redcook.net, and thank you for watching idealchef.com, and let's get cooking.